Considerations for perinatal and home visitation staff, using CUES to promote equity and address histories of harm associated with racism. Brought to you by Futures Without Violence. This video looks at how to use the Connected Parents, Connected Kids cards and the CUES evidence-based intervention to build trust with new clients. The Building Trust panel of the card helps you set a respectful tone for your relationship. This panel calls out the reality that many of our clients have suffered disrespect and racism in the past from healthcare and child welfare systems. Clients, perhaps even you, have had the experience of providers not being able to hear what's actually going on due to race or appearance. Talking through the Building Trust panel of the card shows that you understand these histories of harm and that you will listen to and respect your client. In addition, this video shows how to have an honest conversation about the C in CUES, the extent and limits of confidentiality when it comes to child welfare reporting following a disclosure of IPV or domestic violence. Let's look at this approach in action.
It took a minute to figure out our schedules, but we did it. It is so good to meet you in person, Ms. Kiana.
Yeah, I'm glad this worked out. My friend, Addie, she's been working with you. She says she really likes you. It's why I wanted to try your program.
I didn't know Addie was your friend. I really hope you end up having the same feeling. You know, I was once a participant in this program too. That's why I love it. Well, we have a lot of things to go over, but I don't ever want my papers to get in the way of hearing what we may need first. So if you don't mind sharing, how's everything been going? Whether it's good or bad, I'd love to hear about it.
Appreciate you. It's been a good couple days. My mom was off of work and could come over. She's been helping me a lot. We did laundry at her house because I don't have a washing machine, so that was nice.
Oh, that's great. So for the first visit, one of the first things I like to go over with clients are these little cards. Connected Parents, Connected Kids. And it talks about a lot of things that we're going to go over in other visits. But for the very first visit, I want you to take a look at the Building Trust panel of the card. And it talks about systems like healthcare and child welfare, systems that maybe treated people badly in the past. Maybe you were discriminated against. Maybe someone pushed you to do something that you didn't want to do or you didn't feel comfortable with. I know your friend probably told you that we have a lot of paperwork in this program. But just because I'm handing you questions or asking them, it doesn't mean that you have to answer anything that you don't feel comfortable with. You may not feel like sharing anything with me now because you don't know me, and it's okay. I just want you to know that if you change an answer, it's fine. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I had something like that happen when Jaden was born. I had problems with bleeding, and they sent me home 3 times from the ER at St. Mary's, and I didn't want to go back, but my doula insisted that something was really wrong with me and that she would go with me to make them listen. And I almost died. And I lost so much blood and they had to keep me there for 3 days. So yeah, I understand people don't care, listen, see Black women.
Oh my God, that is awful. I am so sorry that you went through that, Ms. Kiana. Look, if you ever need backup or someone to go with you to a doctor's visit, I'm available. Maybe you found a provider that you feel comfortable with, but if you haven't, I love Jenny Joseph and her people. They're all about love and listening. And she works with women that had horrific experiences at that same hospital that you went to.
Thanks for that. Who knows, maybe I will want some help with some visits. And I didn't know about Jenny and her people, so thank you for that.
Absolutely. So the last thing before we talk about how I can help you and Jaden, you probably know that I'm a mandated reporter. So if I ever feel that Jaden's safety is on the line, I will have to report that. But if you want to talk to me, about something complicated between you and a partner that doesn't involve Jaden's safety, in our state, I can sit here and talk with you all day and not have to report it. I just want to get that out in the open now because I know how scary it is to talk about your relationship problems and not know what's going to be reported to child welfare.
Thank you. My other friend didn't feel that she could talk to her home visitor about her partner just for that reason. So these are helpful. I'll share them with her.
Great. Well, that's what these cards are for helping others and ourselves. That 24/7 domestic violence hotline is free, it's anonymous, and you can call to find out ways to help your friend. And it's not just for a crisis. You can call them and speak about everyday relationship problems as well.
Thank you. I think these will help her.
In this scene, you saw a few things happen. Acknowledging systems can hurt people, as well as demonstrating that you care about building trust and respecting a client's right to only share what they want to share may mean skipping questions or not answering questions on your checklists. We also saw a framework to lay out the limits of confidentiality very specifically in regard to domestic violence. Why is this so important? Because we know that people of color, specifically Black and Indigenous women, are disproportionately reported to child welfare. In fact, about half of all Black families are reported to child welfare during their lifetime. This disproportional reporting is a function of implicit bias in our systems. Each state has different laws about when to make a mandatory report to child welfare or law enforcement. Please understand your state laws and adapt your conversation about the limits of confidentiality and mandatory reporting accordingly. One resource to get started is www.womenslaw.org/laws. For more information and resources, visit www.futureswithoutviolence.org. This video was written and directed by Rebecca Levinson and produced by Futures Without Violence. Production and post-production services provided by Stream It Right LLC.